this album, man, the album is titled "The People Versus." It's due to be in stores December 13th of this year. The people versus mean it's not the verses from the people like rap verses. It's the title of a court document when you're being charged with a felony. So they would say the people of the state of Connecticut versus you or me. I'm not fucking up around here. I don't know what y'all jails is like. But anyway,
okay.
It's being the people versus. I had a real serious issue with the people of state of Michigan, me being the police, set me up
being framed or something
murder.
Like that?
You know what I'm saying? And it cost me $250,000 to come off under this shit. And then they broke my ass. You know, but.
And that's because you had the money to get yourself out of it. Which means if you didn't, you would have been a victim.
And there's so many people in prison right now, so many cats in the joint right now that's not guilty, man. And it's just so fucking unfair, and nobody really speak about this shit because police is allowed to fabricate situations, coerce a witness, fabricate evidence, coerce a witness, and convict you. If you ain't got no money, you got a court-appointed lawyer. He is not fighting for you. And you bold. And there's so many niggas in the joint right now, dudes and women in the joint right now, for shit they didn't do but don't got the money. And they just sit there. Can you imagine what the fuck it feel like to be sitting somewhere for something you just do a natural life for something that you didn't do and don't have no money and no way of coming up out of it, no family? Man, I know I'm blessed. I can't thank God enough for pulling me up out of that shit because my family, my whole family was there. A lot of my boys turned their back on me and everything, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad they did while I was down. So, you know, it showed the true colors. I know how it is now, but I ain't got to spend the money for my album with the ass. But people don't got it, man. Everybody ain't got $250,000 to fight no damn murder, man. And they throwing that shit on everybody like they giving away life sentences, man, like it's candy in the elementary school on Halloween. Just throwing life sentences around. Everybody ain't guilty. But anyway, my album is titled "The People Versus," based on situations that I went through fighting that murder, and based on corruption of the Detroit Police Department and every other Detroit Police Department that's real heavy with corruption and cops that's coercing witnesses and shit and getting the lie on people on the stand just so you can get a fucking conviction. Maybe get a 20-cent raise at the end of the fucking bastard. Anyway, outside of that, my album is based on my life experiences as solid, true statements. Nothing fake. I don't feel it's fair to lie to the consumer. I don't feel like it's fair to lie to the fans and get them to believe you got something or you bought something that you ain't. That's lying. And it can kill you in the end. Because if you don't got this and don't got that, and you ain't like this and ain't like that, when they find out, they're gonna shit on you. These niggas stop lying to your fans, telling them you bought this and bought that, but you ain't. That's not right. You know, that's one of the points I had to prove in being an artist, period. But in this album, I had to make sure it was known that this is all fact. None of it fiction. You know what I'm saying? Even the records that talk about fighting this and whooping ass here and scrapping up this and doing this, that, and the other, is not promoting the fact that you would get your ass whooped. It's just saying, in this particular situation, this is what happened to you. And it's true. You can Google Trick all day and find out everything on my album is true. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that for a lot of artists. For the most part, bringing music back to the rap game, composition, not just standard drum pattern and sound, you know, which works for what it works for, but it's a talentless to me.
You're a wild kid.
For me, it's talentless. These cats need to start putting together some real compositions. Pay attention to your music, you know what I'm saying? And make that shit right. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm glad I'm on a label like Motown. And Motown, in the beginning, was all about music. I want to make sure they stay about music. You know what I'm saying? My artists, if I got to produce every last one of them, and they gonna have music on their album. You know what I'm saying? Music on their song. That's what I want. That's what my album is bringing back to the game, to, you know, compositions and realism, which something this game is lacking.
So as far as who your features are, was it business or most of these people are people that you had some type of relation?
All relationship.
Yeah, who are these features anyway?
Of course, Eminem, Jazzy Faye, my nigga in the Dirty South, Fat Pimp, I call him Fat Pimp. Mr. Porter from D12, good friend of mine. Diesel the Hitman, my little brother. Miss Corona, she's a good friend of mine. She was in the movie 8 Mile. She's like that young lady who was on the concession stand with Exhibit. Big Proof, my little cousin from D12, and Obi Trice from Shady Records. So all the people that I've known and people that I've close with. Plus, I'm part of a Detroit movement that's taken off real big. I've been having a lot of artists in Detroit squash their differences with each other, squashing all my differences that I had with a few little artists about nothing, and take an ass whooping, take it like a man, leave it alone, so we don't have to take this shit no further, and they understand what I'm saying when I tell them that. So we just silence everything, like we don't have to work together and be friends, and we don't need to be beefing, because I'm not trying to hinder you from your blessing by taking you out the game. That's senseless. I want you to make it too, dog. When you make it, we all make it. When I make it, we all make it. Him made it, and he's still coming back and grabbing people. Imagine somebody else come out here and sell 7, 8, 9, 10 million records. We could do it.
It's funny you said about M coming back. I read an interview about